off your inverters. It's raining. Lots of people sent me this video. They were pretty worried about their solar system and they wanted to find out what exactly happens when it's raining. Is my inverter or my solar system safe? What should I do? So this particular video, let's look at it, and when we come back, we'll see if that's the best advice you need.
Solar energy system owners, if you go to the service center today, 90% of inverters are being destroyed by lightning and storm. Once it's raining, off your inverters, off your DC breaker, off your AC breaker. Make sure your night switch is in the middle. This raining season, please off your inverter. Cut off your inverter from the panels.
Let's look at what this gentleman talked about. The first thing that you do when it's raining is to do what? Come switch off your inverter. When you switch off your inverter, you turn off the grid. If your grid is turned on, you turn it off. This is supposed to disengage the line from the grid so that the lightning will not have access into your system. Put this change over to the middle, disengage it, put it to the middle. That's the neutral. That means you've disengaged power from getting into the house. And then you turn off the PV breakers. This essentially is supposed to do what? Disengage the PVs. That's the solar panels that are connected, because that's an access where the lightning can penetrate your system. But the question is this the best thing you should do when it's raining? Is this actually foolproof? That whenever it's raining, you run down, you switch off your inverter, and then you begin to turn off all the breakers? That's very incorrect, because this system is designed to run even when it's raining, because it's practically impossible for you to be at home at all times when it's raining. Now, the major reason why turning off your circuit breakers will not help you is the fact that when the lightning strikes, it injects a lot of electrical energy into the ground. And when it does that, it causes what you call potential ground rise. And when that lots of energy and lots of current overwhelms the ground, it rises and moves on a reverse mode, headed to where? Where do you think it's headed? Of course, to your appliances and your inverter. And when it comes, because the voltage is so much, it is going to jump over your closed circuit. So it doesn't matter if your circuit is closed or it's open, it's going to jump it because it has that potential, because the voltage is so much. So merely closing down your circuit breakers is not going to help you. And by the way, thunder is very harmless to your inverter and to your solar system. What you should be worried about is the lightning that happens milliseconds before that thunderclap. There are a couple of things that you need to do that keeps your system safe even when it's raining. Number one is lightning arrestor. You see those coppers on top of people's houses? That is a very important component. And what that component does is to divert the lightning, because when the lightning strikes, it generates a whole lot of voltages from 4,000 volts to 8,000 volts to 10,000 volts to even 20,000 volts and thousands of current. Now, these systems are not designed to run with that huge current and high voltage. And when it finds its way into this system, it's going to overwhelm the system and pretty much fry the components that you have in here, thereby leaving a trail of huge destruction. So you need to put in place protective layers right here that ensures that no matter what happens, your system is safe. You need a lightning arrestor installed on top of your roof. So what it does is to do what? Create an emergency exit for the lightning when it strikes, because the lightning will definitely always find a pathway to move. It's just like when a flood is headed to your house and you don't want it to come into your house, you redirect the water, because water will always find its path, right? Once the lightning strikes, it is going to divert that lightning all the way away from your solar panels, away from penetrating your solar systems, your inverters, and all the way into the ground, all right, where it is supposed to be safe and away from your appliances. That's number one. Number two are these guys that you have right here, which are your surge protectors, surge protection devices, right? I have 4 of them right here because I have 4 strings on my solar system, right? So the job of the surge protection devices is to stop anything it deems to be a surge from gaining access into this system. It will deflect the surge or the high voltage or the high current that is coming from the lightning. It will deflect it all the way through the earth connection, the earth line, into the earth installation that you have on the ground. So right in the earthing installations, it's safe, it stays there, it doesn't harm the system. So once your lightning arresters are properly done and you have your surge protectors properly done, and this device is also very important. It is called the voltage and current device protection. This guy, what it essentially does is to ensure that whatever set value in terms of threshold that is set on this device does not pass. So it has over voltage protection, under voltage protection, current control. If I set the voltage at 260 volts, if the voltage goes above 260 volts, it's not going to let it pass. The worst that can happen is that this device will fry, but it's not going to let that voltage pass through the system and penetrate your inverter. The same thing happens when the current is way over the threshold, and for this guy it's just 60 amps. So if the voltage is above 60 amps, it's going to cut it off. This is also very important, and this forms a huge protective layer to your system. One of the things that you should also keep in mind is that your earth installation is not a one-off thing. Most people are under the illusion that after doing your earth installation, it's a one-off thing and it's over. No, after a while, you're meant to come back and test its resistance, because it's very important that every now and then you need to ascertain how efficient your earthing installation is. Most people think it's a one-off thing. Once I've done it and that's it, I'll never have to do it again. No, the reason is that because of the soil water retention, the water tends to erode these components that are involved in the earthing installation. Things like charcoal, things like industrial salt. The water erodes it and reduces the efficiency over time. So you need to be checking to ensure that your earthing system is foolproof to be able to withstand that huge voltage that the lightning is going to generate when it does strike. So next time it rains, instead of running down here to turn off your inverter and your solar system, do this instead. Pull up your blankets and enjoy the rain. My name is Ikenna from Smiling Sun. Everything solar installation, everything inverter installation, everything going green. I'm out.